Hi, I'm Denny from Masterteacher, and we have educational conversations. So this morning, because it's morning here in New Zealand, and it's a beautiful, beautiful day, um, this morning I'd like to talk to you about executive management in schools and what you need to know. So this could be a little bit hard because in some cases we can't label everybody in the same way. So let's just look at there's kinds of things that you need to be aware of as a teacher and as a parent within the school. So first thing I'm going to say is that as a parent, you obviously have rights, and they're big ones. So when you're having a little bit of a problem with your child at school and you think that it might be about something that's going on in the classroom and probably with the teacher. Maybe the teacher's being unfair, maybe he's being punished for something, she's being punished for something she didn't do, or maybe, life is just difficult for your child, maybe he has some special needs and teacher's not aware of them. So have a think about those things, but could you please go and see the teacher first? Because it's very important to go and see the teacher and have that discussion with the teacher. If you're not satisfied with the answer, you might need to think a little bit more about why the teacher is giving you the answers she or he is giving you. And it might also be interesting to find out about the structure of the school and the way in which it's managed. There will be policies within the school that everybody has to adhere to if they're employed by that school. So very important for you to understand that, because you make a choice when you take your children to school. The choice is around, it depends whether or not your children are zoned in any way. In certain places they are, some countries they are. I guess in some states they might be. I don't know too much about that, but here's the bottom line. And the bottom line is that when you put your child into school, you need to know a lot more about it than, oh, that's a nice teacher, or so-and-so went there, or I went there when I was a child. That's not enough. You need to understand exactly what the people in the school think and do and how they do it, so that you have a bit of an idea about how this is going to operate for you and how much input you can have. Now, in some schools, that input is quite limited, and in others, it's quite vast. So, for a start, you need to think about, finding out who these people are in management and what kind of background do they have. Think about what their philosophy is, because actually the philosophy of the people in senior management is really strong in terms of determining the way the school is run. So you really need to think about that. Now, the teachers are actually just further down the chain of command, and they are carrying out the orders, if you like, or the edicts of senior management. So we don't know, but sometimes that's consultative. So the optimum thing is for it to be consultative, and in many cases it is, or in some cases it's consultative but modified to fit in with what's manageable, how people control other people, all that kind of thing. So I'm sure I don't need to say too much about that. But as a parent, you need to understand that that's the situation that your child's teacher is working in. So it might be that what's happening in your child's classroom has nothing to do with the teacher's personal view. It might be that the teacher herself or himself is having trouble with that view themselves. Maybe they are actually not happy to teach the way they're teaching, but they don't have a choice. So could you have a really good think about that? Now, this is backed up by the huge numbers of teachers who have left teaching. So something is seriously wrong. And it's most people who go into teaching because it's a profession they want to contribute to. It's not for the money. It could be for the holidays. You might think that. And we all know that you think we work from 9 o'clock till 3, which is total rubbish. And you think that we don't work during the holidays. Again, total rubbish. When I was teaching, I was working 7 days a week because the weekends I had to catch up all the paperwork because I refused to put the children second and the paperwork first. And I'm still like that. I still refuse to put the children second and the paperwork first. So I'm putting you first here, and I'm telling you some truth. So if I'm telling you this truth, take a stand. Do something. Don't just let this happen. You can make conditions better for teachers, and that makes conditions better for schools. So you need to be informed. It is very important that parents are very informed about the kind of education their children are getting. But it needs to be good information. Don't base it on your personal old experience. Some of that was good, some of that is outdated. So have a think about what you can do to just surreptitiously have a few questions for a few people who might have trouble answering them, possibly. They'll have stock answers. You can do what you like with that, but at least you'll have some answers and you'll know where you stand when you go to school to talk about your child. Go to parent interviews. Very important to go to parent interviews. That's the only time, apart from when you drop your kid off in the morning or pick them up in the afternoon, which is very busy and not a good time to talk to the teacher. Have a good chance to actually sit down and chat with the teacher. And to be honest, parent-teacher interviews are really too short. So I don't think that you should even go. I think you should make an appointment to see the teacher some other time when every man and his dog is not going. So if you have the opportunity to go at a different time of the day rather than night interviews or after work interviews or whenever else, please take that opportunity. All right, that's my tip for today, and I'm sure I've got lots more. Thanks very much. I brought you into my workspace today because I'm really honestly loving the weather outside, but you can't see the video. Thanks a lot. Bye.